iRacing.
The following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports Network.
This isn't just a game. This is iRacing. The city is known as the Queen City. The track was built in 1961. And tonight, Charlotte hosts race number 3 of the USORL Truck and Turf season. As we get you ready for 120 miles of racing on this Thursday evening. Welcome in. As you look in the background, you see the drag strip. The dirt track's over there also, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we get you ready for racing here tonight. Got a big field, 36 trucks ready to go for 80 laps and 120 miles to see who can be the best here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the original 1.5-mile track just to the north and east of Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina. Of course, home to a lot of the NASCAR teams. Hendrick Motorsports right off turn 4, literally. About 3 miles down the road, you got RFK and I guess what's Trackhouse now. Right behind the track, you got Spire Motorsports, which used to be, of course, the Alan Kowicki shop. So many places to go, and not to mention the Concord Mills Mall right there, too. Some good food, some great barbecue, by the way. Hello, Smoke Pit in Concord there. Anyways, we're ready to go here tonight for race number 3 of this truck and turf season. It is the Bojangles 120. I'm the captain. Happy Thursday night. Hopefully you've enjoyed your week here so far in what has been a very hot country, literally. And I know for myself here, as it's been nearly 100 degrees up here in Northeast Indiana, but here at Charlotte, the good news is it's a simulator and the track is nowhere near as hot. Though trucks have been sliding and slipping around throughout practice, this race will move into the nighttime, and that's where the grip will show up, as this track is one of the more notorious tracks for being temperature sensitive. It'll be hot and slick during the daytime, and all of a sudden you will have a draft race going on around this track. So we're 2 races in so far into the season. Eric Sable has won them both, so because of that, he leads the points right now. Benjamin White second, 7 points back, and I believe if I heard him correctly, he was not going to be here tonight, and I do not see him on the long list of drivers that are not going to be here tonight, or that are here. So unfortunately, Ben will not be here, but Darren Ingram is here, and he's third in points. Garrett Sidnor and Luke Smith, the top 5 right now in the point standings. The top 12 make it into the playoffs. So we look down to Austin Spencer and Austin Hakes and Scott Fleener, those guys. Even though you still got plenty of races to go, obviously you want to start making a move now to get yourself in position and hopefully don't fall off the map and have some rough races here, which can be very easy to do when it's all said and done, because when you have a big field like this and a very short race, anything can happen. So we'll have a pre-race coming up here in just a moment. Right now, we're going to go to qualifying because these guys do it a little backwards. In case you weren't here last week at Auto Club Speedway, they get qualifying in and then they get a 10-minute warm-up session. So let's get down to the track as these cars get out here and run 2 laps of qualifying. And I'm very anxious to see how these guys attack this, because one thing about these guys, a lot of them are new to iRacing. So a lot of them don't know the experience tricks like myself and others do in some of the series that you might watch each and every week here on the Captain Esports Network. So I'm going to go and throw it out there and see who's listening and who's not here. But if I were these guys, I would not be on the track until the last minute. The track is getting cooler. That is as the grip is going to keep going up and up and up as the track gets cooler. So we'll see who pays attention to that and who doesn't. As right now, Nolan Hodgson, the 12 car here, Valvoline Chevrolet, going to be the first one to put a lap down, it looks like here. As he crosses the start-finish line is Blake Viken, 33.57. Hodgson with a 42. There's some 12s, a 19, a 12, a flat from Hennessy. Good lap there by Andrew. And there's Eric Sable with a flat, pretty much. Luke Smith gets to third. Davey Hazard to fourth. A lot of guys laying down a first lap here really quickly. Got a lot of guys here going to be making their debuts here tonight. Some that have literally just worked their way out of the rookie status and stuff. We'll talk about that as Merzlak goes to P2 with a 30.056, so literally 200ths off the pole. Still got about half the field yet to go here. Austin Hake still yet the matter of fact, he just threw a lap down to 30.15 here in qualifying. There he is in that, I believe it's an outlier truck. Ricky Sisk Jr., 31.44 for him. As here is the Exalta number 24 of Chris Snyder on track. This is Christian Snyder. He spotted for Eric Sable last week to his victory, and now he is here. Rabid Retro Gaming. I need to know who you are. As Snyder comes off turn 4, about got the wall. Should be a pretty good lap here. Sidnor goes to P4. Snyder's going to go P12, 30.34. Everybody pretty much one and done right now, which is kind of surprising. Here's our Daytona pole sitter, John Peterson, in the 43 car, truck, whatever you want to call it. Uh-oh. Hey, welcome to the club on that one, Retro Gaming. And here's Cam Barnes on track in the MPI number 7. And Cam is P11 after lap 130.25. So the only truck left on track to run a lap is going to be this guy right here, Darren Ingram. In this Monster Energy number 54. Runs that top side, get the truck up to speed. Surprised you're not seeing these guys throw away this first lap. Goes down to turn 1. Not bad. Kind of missed the bottom. Got a little loose there on exit. Brings it down the back straightaway here. Let's see how he arcs it into turn 3. Pretty shallow entry. That's gonna, he misses the bottom again. You see the truck washing up a little bit. He's gonna probably need to run lap 2 here as he crosses the start-finish line. He's got 30 seconds to get there. And he's P12, 30.26, and he's gonna end it after the first lap. So, wow. So, Eric Sable gonna win the pole. It looks like backing up that win the last 2 weeks with a 30.02 second lap. Congratulations to Mr. Sable. On winning the pole here this evening. Let's actually pull the driver up here of this number 23 car, truck, whatever you want to call it. I'm used to broadcasting cars, so forgive me if I called it car accidentally a few times. And we'll bring our good old buddy, Mr. Sable, up here in the booth after winning the pole here this evening. Congratulations, Eric. Obviously, I'm winning the pole. One, I was kind of shocked for a couple of reasons. Not that you're on the pole, but more the features of they didn't. I figured you'd have some trucks maybe wait till the last minute to get out there and run that fast lap, one. But two, you didn't see really anybody go 2 laps.
Nah, it's only 1 lap in qual in here, so.
Oh, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
the tread cooled down pretty significantly since I first started. I thought I was pretty much in trouble at the beginning here because it was really loose out there and really trying to get a grip around it. Adjusted some settings with the steering and whatnot, and then it obviously helped. But the tread is cooling down a lot. I think it'll be under the lights here before this thing starts. So
Yeah,
fast number 23. You know, Snyder Rapids, United Rentals, Ford F-150, going for 3 in a row here tonight.
How's how you think? Obviously, it's going to be more pack like racing here. But how you maintain that track position and keep yourself up front there?
Like you said, I think to me, the tire fall off is pretty significant. At least in the daytime, it was. I was losing probably 5 laps. It was 95% right front, and
Wow.
then right rear was a little bit even more degraded. So just gonna try to stay out front, take care of the tires, and you know, I think the second and third groove might come into play here after the tires were out. So I think it's gonna be hard for everybody to make some moves and pass. So you have to be strategic with your passing, I think, too, out here. So we have to see what goes on, and maybe we'll go for 3 in a row. But I'll be happy with top 3, top 5 too.
You remember the good old days where this number 5 Captain Morgan car went to victory lane here a couple times in special events?
Yeah, I remember. Believe me.
I was wondering. Hey man, good luck tonight.
Yeah, man. Hope everybody enjoys the broadcast, and you know, root on that number 23 in the chat, everybody, and see if we can come out with 3 in a row.
There you go, Eric Sable. Congratulations on the pole as he celebrates, and glad that he was able to share the news with me about the rules of the qualifying. I try to remember all the rules, but when you see stuff and you get distracted and things, you just kind of forget things sometimes. So it happens, right? All right, let's talk to another driver. How about the guy that started in P, or is going to start P2 here tonight? And that's, if I can find him, that would be Steven Merzlock. I don't know, maybe this could be him right here. Name starts with S. He's got Homer Simpson. We're going to try it. And hope this is Steven Merzlock. Let's see. Steven? Hello. Is this Steven?
Huh? That's me?
I was taking a wild guess because your name on Discord is S dot 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 dot. So I'm like, all right, I've got a chance here. So anyways, hey man, good qualifying effort. And looks like you're backing it up in the race. You got a fast number 9 there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of missed practice for a little bit, but you know, I'm a quick learner. Got in there, started learning, and looks like the track's cooling down a lot, so speeds are going to pick up a lot as the sun sets here, and I think they're just going to get faster and faster, and track position is going to matter more than ever as the sun keeps going down.
So how do you keep the track position, but then also keep the tires under you? Because obviously the more grip means the right front tire is going to take a beating.
That's a very good question. Not something that I have a lot of expertise in. Given the big field we have, I don't know the kind of long runs that we might get. I think it's going to be a couple short bursts of short runs. Given we got 3 sets of tires, you usually want to save one for the end. So trying to make it 80 laps on 2 sets of tires plus the one you started out on, it's a really tough balance. But thankfully, the new Aero model they added in is a lot of fun, and it helps you figure out when you can push and when you can lay back and save your stuff and let the people in front of you ride off into the sunset, because then you can go get them later.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations on the outside pole. We will let you go run some laps of practice.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yes, that is Steven Merzlock. I'm learning names here.
I appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. Oh gosh, now I gotta remember what room he was in. He's down there with. See, at least now I can actually see the names of the numbers, so it's like I can actually throw them in a room. You were in 12, I think, right?
Yeah, I was with the DS3 crew.
Yeah, DS3 crew. Oh, that's Team 9. All right, Team Room 9. There he goes. So I'm still adjusting to that a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about a couple of these drivers here. I've actually got some bios, which is kind of cool. And let's see. They are in alphabetical order, which is good, too. Whoever's idea that was, mine. Stephen Merzlack, of course, we just talked to, 22-year-old, out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. He's been sim racing since 2005, which means at the age of 4. He started with GTR2. Somebody help me with that one. What's GTR? And NR 2003. I know that one, obviously. He's been a member on iRacing since 2013. We won't mention his age because it's technically earlier than you're supposed to on iRacing. And he won the Rolex 24 in Daytona in 2022. So obviously knows how to do some road racing there too. So congratulations, obviously, on winning that. There might be a little jealousy in my life there for that one. Let's see. He's been a league member in here since 2017. Season 6 Cup champion, 13 wins. He's got a couple of truck championships also. So looking to maybe get 3. So Merzlack, obviously a pretty good contender and could give that 23 a run for his money here by the end of tonight. Who we got? I should check out my truck captain. All right. Let's be real here. When you request somebody to see your truck, that's like the equivalent of you going down the road at the grocery store or at the store, and on the front sign it says the best steaks in town. If you have to put out a sign that says you have the best steaks in town, you don't have the best steaks in town. But just because he asked me to, let's go do it. Let's go check out the truck here of whoever that is. Who is? Oh yeah, Ricky Sisk. Okay, that's who that is. Like, who is RSJ? I can't remember. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's the paint scheme from last week. Oh yeah, I see Atari. That's funny. Now, only if he had Frogger on the hood or something. Let's see what we got here. The Rabbit Retro Gaming. That's nice. Well done. I need to get you as like a sponsor on this channel. I am a big retro gaming guy. Anyways, let's see. We got about 2 minutes to go here, so. All right, let's take a look for those who are just joining us. Appreciate everybody hanging out here as they're in the middle of their warm-up session right now. And let's show you the point standings as we go into the race here this evening again after 2 races. I know we showed it a minute ago, but just for those who have just jumped aboard, and we welcome you into the USORL Truck Series here tonight presented by Truck and Turf. It's the Bojangles 120. For those who have never been in the South and been to a Bojangles, I suggest you do so. Sable leads the points by 7 right now over Ben White, who's not here tonight. Darren Ingram is 3rd. Garrett Sidnor, Luke Smith, your top 5 as we enter the race here this evening. Again, 12 trucks will make the playoffs, but there's still plenty of races to go in the regular season. Again, we're here for the early part of the season. The first 6 races or so. Of course, we weren't here for Daytona. But next week we go to New Hampshire. We'll be here for that. Bristol, Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then the final one for Phoenix Raceway on July 25th before we head off to another adventure that we will work on. And all right, let's go trackside, and let's go to the National Anthem. We'll come back and get you the starting lineup for this packed field of racing here from the Queen City of Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
All right, grid is set. National anthem is done. And I did, in fact, ask him if he raced on the Atari controller. Speaking to Rabid Retro Gaming. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Jesse Witten, of course, I remember, I think you were in Sunday and Monday night cheering on Tyler Dalton. Nolan Keller, hello. Not sure who the Boat Clan is, but yep, cheering those guys on there. And all the viewers watching here tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, we appreciate you coming back. And go tell your friends about the channel. Let them know that if they ask why you should listen, it's something I've been wanting to say for a long time, but it sounds arrogant as hell. But let's just put it out there. Tell them it's the best channel you've never heard of. Just go put that out there. All right, here we go. Starting lineup here for the race here at Charlotte. Eric Sable on the pole, as he will start alongside Steven Merzlak. Forgot the music. Andrew Hennessy, Garrett Sidnor in row 2. Luke Smith, Justin Krasinski in row 3. Davey Hazard, Austin Hakes, row 4. Ethan Hallison, William Page in row 5. Row 6, Cam Barnes, Darren Ingram. As we take a look at the rest of the lineups, Guangdo in row 7 with Chris Snyder, Blake Beacon, and Jason Christian in row 8. Row 9, Noah Joyce, Noah Lynn Hodgson, Mike Murata, and Kendorian Davis there in row 10. Row 11, Adam Hoagland and Colby Martin, Joseph Weaver, Zach Krastowski in row number 12. Row 13, Henrietta Bordeaux and Dewey Schramm III in his Boston Celtics car. Ricky Sis Jr., Jay Tway in row 14. Row 15, Antonio Ruiz and Michael Peterson. Banks and John Peterson, row 16. Row 17, Jacob Radford, Tyler Stallhood, Spencer Thompson. Those two rounding out the rest of the field. That'll go 80 laps and 120 miles. And of course, the league presented by Track and Turf. As the trucks come off of turn number 4 in front of the sold-out crowd at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, we come to the green flag, and race number 3 of the USORL is green. Our camera site presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. You see the lights starting to come on. The grip is going to go max. We're going to see some pretty close racing, and we already are seeing some 2 and 3 wide at 05 of Krasinski. The Above the Yellow Line podcast truck. Show hosted by, I believe her name is Taylor Kitchen. Doing a good job here already. Making some track position. 3 wide again already. You gotta get what you can get here. You gotta be patient, but it's like one of those, you gotta be patient, but you can't like hold up too much because it is a short race, 120 miles, that's it. You got a full tank of fuel. Uh-oh, Chris Snyder off the track. He has jumped to, or I'm sorry, Snyder's just getting into the pits, so he must have missed the start of the race. Unfortunate break there, as he will join the field multiple laps down now in this race. A tough break there for the 24 Christian Snyder. 17 viewers so far in this race. Appreciate that as we get a battle for third. Here comes that 39 top side. Davey Hazard there on the bottom. Luke Smith on top. Merzlak has fallen back just a little bit as Patrick Thompson comes to pit road early. That 9 car, as mentioned, Merzlak, that X-side car. There's Krasinski up there in that top side. And that 05 truck as he tries to gain positions. The 34 there on the bottom of Garrett Sidnor. Wondered what kind of race you were going to get here early. And I think now with the trucks tightening up, you're going to see these guys, I think, push it a little bit more as Thompson leaves pit road and continues on in his race. And you see Ethan Hallis there, that 15 truck. Biggest mover so far. As I look through this bunch of trucks up 3 positions, but it looks like Henrietta Bordeaux in the 26 truck already up 4 positions in this race. As you go longer into the run here, it is going to get tougher and tougher to pass. That is just a product of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, especially as that top groove will start to kind of come into play, and with these trucks needing to gain some momentum out there on the track. You obviously the way to keep that momentum up is to run that top side sometimes. Sable's pulled out to a second lead over the battle for second now, as here comes Luke to the outside. Smith going to try to take it as Hennessy there on the bottom, the Boat Clan truck, with help from Hazard there behind him, trying to get second. Sable's pulled out to a 1-second lead already. Trying to go for 3 wins in a row. Good start so far. 8 laps, caution free. These guys racing hard, clean. Not really seeing any mistakes out there. Seeing the 51 of Blake Beacon. That Toyota climbing up. You see the trucks roll, and one truck way up there against the boards. It's back near Nolan Hodgson and others. I think my drone is drunk. '62 truck on the bottom of Murata. That's Napa Auto Parts with the Brendan Gaughan number. I like that, or the Kevin Harvick number, whatever you want to call it. 34 trucks on the lead lap, 10 laps in already. Everybody's single file all the way to right, yeah, about 10th position here. Ooh, one truck scraping the wall there. That's the 15 of Hallis. Looking to jump up into 3rd in the points as we ride with the 54, the monster truck. So he's moved up about 3/4 of the track. See the 51 right down to his tailgate there, as Patrick Thompson comes back to pit road for another unscheduled pit stop there. So unfortunate for the 66 as he struggles. As one truck out of shape and off the pace right here in front. Good job by everybody to go past him. Not sure who that was. Is that Tway maybe? Okay, it's the 88. Jay, unfortunately, he is learning the hard way right here. Making his debut here in the series. We were trying to give him as much advice as we could out there on the track tonight. The biggest thing he can learn tonight is to run all the laps, as many as possible, and just hold his line. Let the others get around him. It's always the leader's job to get around them. Make yourself predictable. That's the easiest mistake people make. That and mirror drive, and you put yourself in the wall doing it. Dorian Davis, Adam Hoagland battle here. This is the 20th and 21st positions at Interstate Batteries 18 and that Freeway 99 car. Up front, Sable's lead about 7/10 of a second now with Luke Smith there behind him. And then look at this, here comes Kruzinski to the inside, that 05 car. A couple of Toyotas getting tight on each other there. Hazard sat on the door. The 05 got him loose. Got that pack, and then here's this pack back here. 18 getting a little free off the corner. tight, get tight. Trucks are getting a little pushy now. Handling starting to come into play here. You got to keep it under. Look at that 31, going to try to squeeze it in there. Contact, 54's in the wall. Caution comes out. And Darren Ingram has spun it. And I think we had multiple wrecks. There's Michael Murata over here spun out in the 62 truck. That's going to probably bring the field to pit road, I would think, here. All right, let's roll that beautiful beam footage to see what happened here. We definitely had more than one wreck at one time here. Crash cam as we look at the 54. You see the 62's not even in this pack. There's the little squeeze with the 12 and the 31. Goes down there and door checks the 54, and they go spitting. Oh, and right there, the 62 gets a little ARCA brake. All right, we'll come back and look at the replay again here, but right now, here comes everybody to pit road. I say everybody, but Colby Martin, who stays out. There he goes in that 96 car right there. And on pit road is everyone else. Will we see a 2-tire stop here, maybe? Will we see 4 tires? I think this is a good opportunity for those mid-pack. Here we go. There's somebody. The 7 of Cam Barnes going to win the race off pit road with a 2-tire stop. Everybody else 4. It looks like Wong Do with a 9.4. That's 2 tires. And you do not want to speed on pit road. The other, 94, or is that the 84 off the pace? Did he stall the truck or just trying to fall to the back? All right, let's go back to the caution here again. We do get 2 separate incidents here. 31 gets squeezed a little bit there. Contact with 12. 12 goes down. Hip checks to 54 into the wall. And then as that happens, right there, the 62 gets ran over. And some rare damage, unfortunately, on that car. So looks like Doe's going to come back to pit road there, so might not have been happy with the 2-tire stop. And you see Colby Martin has stayed out as we're 2 to go this time by. Appreciate the viewers again hanging out tonight. If you're new to the chat, feel free to say what's up. Feel free to share the word with your friends if you're hanging out in a Discord somewhere, or because let's face it, everybody does. Or if you're just watching there at home and you got some friends you know about or family or whatever, share the stream out to the people. We're on pretty much right now 4 nights a week. Tonight being the last one of this week before we'll come back Sunday night. So Kayla Martin's going to stay out here. So here's a couple things we have to look at now as we get ready to go to the green this time by. Is you have a truck that stays out here with older tires, so that's going to lead to likely wheel spin. And the one thing, if you are not experienced in iRacing, and I know some of these guys here just moved over from the NR 2003 to here, But the one thing I can teach you about wheel spin is 99% of the time when you wheel spin on iRacing, your truck or car goes to the right. So if I'm if I'm Colby here, I'll move down a little bit and let, if you do wheel spin, at least you have a little bit of room before you get up to the door of Cam Barnes in the 7. Otherwise, just got to be careful and try to make a good restart here. But Cam shouldn't have to worry about it too badly. He's on 2 tires and everybody else behind him 4 tires. How about Luke Smith? That Columbia 39 truck looking pretty solid already. But Sable right there in 4th. Hennessy going to be 5th. Krasinski, Hazard, Merzlak, Sidnor, and Hakes, your top 10. Truck going to pull off this time by, and we'll have 60 laps to go. We're right outside the fuel window. I mean, literally right outside of it. As into the Geico restart zone they go, and there's the green. Good restart for Barnes, and a good restart for Colby Martin. Gets up through the gears and brings them off into turn 1. And Sable moves up to 2nd. You can see already the tires. Whoa, contact! Into the wall goes Barnes. Maybe some net code there a little bit as they scatter. Barnes catches a terrible break there. We stay green though. Sorting themselves out. Barnes, unfortunate with the 2 tires, really bites the bullet on that one. He and the 96 going to fall back really quickly here, and they're going to need a caution quickly to get themselves back on track, but they have lost all the track position right there in front of them. Everybody single file all the way back to the battle here with Noah Joyce in the 31, the Celsius car. The 51 of Blake Viken is up front now. Here comes the 39 of Smith. Merzlak and the 9 making moves. Here they come to the front. Oh, caution. As the 7 of Barnes, the 86 of Michael Danks have gone around. So for Cam Barnes, it just got worse for him. And they're about to hip check each other here. And it looks like Dewey Schramm had some issues also in that wreck, in the caution out for the 2nd time. And this will give us a chance to go back to the restart and kind of show it. How you see Barnes getting loose, still loose, and unfortunately he and the 86 hook each other there, and there goes Schramm to the inside. 3 trucks at least involved here. All right, let's go back to the restart here real quickly and show you how this all started up pretty much. It's going to start in turn 1. As you see, Barnes didn't get the best of restarts, but you see 39 gets to his back bumper. And you see the, right there, you see the 96 just kind of parked the bus in the corner there with no, oh, never mind. The 7 got loose and got into the 60 of the 96. Never mind. I stand corrected. Just look kind of necklace. Everybody scatters. By the way, you do get a fast repair in this series. It's one of the fun things about the series. They do like to do a fast repair, so you can just go back in there, and if you haven't used it already, you can reset yourself, and restart your race pretty much. All right, let's get another view of the wreck, and then we'll update pit stops here because we have some trucks on pit road that might be playing the strategy game here. You see Barnes is struggling. When you have right side tires on a vehicle, especially a truck, and if you have that tank full, it is going to make that truck very loose. And for Cam, unfortunately, a little too loose to handle. And caution comes out for the second time. Find a driver. Let's who we'll talk to here. Let's talk with, you know what, Sidnor's in the 7th position. Let's bring up the 34 truck and talk to him. As Gary, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Holy loud. Good to talk to you. Obviously, the Long John Silver's car looking pretty solid there in the 7th position. You've fallen back a little bit there from your 4th place starting spot with the little track position stuff, but how are we feeling right now in the 42 car truck?
Well, unfortunately, I'm in the 34. The guy in the 42 is 2 spots behind me.
Oh, good point. Yeah. One of them moments.
But I legitimately thought that you're like calling on to me because that's also one of the trucks I run in this series. So,
well, I was coming to talk to you. I just mismatched your truck.
That's all good.
Well,
but yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, definitely very interesting on the start here. Like the top 10 trucks are all under a blanket for the first 10 laps, and then you could see who falls off and doesn't charge the corner as hard as we get past like the 10th lap. But I think it's going to come down to short run speed and just how aggressive you can get on whether it's the bottom or the outside. I think both lines can work here. So see how it goes here. Up in the top 10 early. I think we got some work to do, though, to get up with those leaders.
Is this one of those things where one of these races where you think you have to get everything you can on a restart and whatever you have from there, you just kind of settle?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is definitely a harder track to get spots on a restart because it's only like 2 lanes for. I mean, you can make a third line. It's just with this group, it may not work. But yeah, you got to get as much as you can in the early laps in a run, especially with only having 80 laps. You got to go, so no time to waste.
Well, I appreciate your time and thank you for waking up the viewers. In case
yeah, you're welcome.
Garrett Sidnor in the let me get it right here. The 34 for his glory Ford. I got it.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Now let's get you back to the right channel here because I can screw this one up easily too. That would be the JPR team. So let's get him down
yes.
to Gary for the restart. Of course, I've done lost the name of it again. Here he goes. Pace car's pulling in. Green flag comes out as I think I got him to the right channel. As Sable launches off. Hennessy right there with him. Luke Smith. Krasinski and that 9 of Steven Merzlak. That Excite car is such a cool paint. There's the 34, as I mentioned, Sidnor, not the 42. That was my bald moment tonight. Not a blonde moment, but a bald moment. It happens. Joyce here looking up at Paul Blart, the mall cop on the back of the 15. As you get longer and longer into this race, you can't help but think of the urgency that's got to go up. We got a truck as fast as Sable out there leading laps. But Luke Smith right there with him and others. Try to get whatever track position you can get and take advantage of any truck that might be having handling issues. Meanwhile, in the back here, some 3 wide, some trucks scrambling around us. Marat is going to go through to 24th. Stallhood and Jason Christian in the O2 truck. By the way, I told somebody asked to check out that truck. Let's do it. The Ghost number 02. Energy drink there in the green and pink 02 truck. As Hallis climbing the 24 degrees of banking into the Charlotte Motor Speedway, following the 34 through. There's the 42 with him also. William Page, Davey Hazard there in that 2-car truck on the bottom side with the 28. Austin H trying to gain some positions. And again, as before that caution came out, I was talking about the interesting strategy that can come into play here, because you got trucks that have come to pit road as a battle for the lead as Luke Smith to the top side. But during that last caution, Blake Beacon, Michael Peterson, Cam Barnes, Stallhood, and Ruiz all came to pit road at lap 25. That puts him at 55 laps as Smith goes to the front to go. And, of course, you can't help but wonder, can they make it on fuel to the finish of this race? Kaczynski going to try to get the outside on Sable for second. Either the 23 setup is kind of falling off, or maybe Eric looking to save a little bit of fuel maybe. As he falls back to third, you see that 94 with Hennessy and Merzlach. Good side-by-side battles everywhere. How about back here with the cars that just took some tires and maybe some fuel here? There's Cam Barnes back up to 21st now after likely using that reset there. Next week, the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the site of race number 4 of the season. We'll have it for you at 9:15 Eastern Time from the Magic Mile. Oh, 26 in the wall of Bordeaux, and he's still in trouble, and now he has sheet metal flying everywhere. Looks like the 3 with some heavy damage to his RCA truck, and the 4 off the pace and tons of trouble here. And now one truck's down there in the apron. Was that Ruiz that's down there? Oh, and hard into the wall goes the 26 off the 3. What was that? That was a very rough lap for Bordeaux, unfortunately, as caution comes out. Oh, the 3 got loose going in and right rears him. Must have had something broken in that RCA truck of Tyler Stallhood. But that wreck actually started way back on the previous lap. And we'll come back to it because we got more pit stops happening here. As Sidnor and Hodgson stay out. Looks like the top 6 trucks going to stay out as Sable, Merzlach, and Hennessy the first 3. I would go ahead and probably do 4 tires here from everybody since you got trucks that have already stayed out. And just as I say that, we got some 2 tires. All right, let's see if as Jason Clark checking in on chat, Cal Lovall. All right, so let's go back here. I think this is where all the action is going to start on this lap right here. Is Bordeaux trying to get around the 84 Michael Peterson. I looked up, and all of a sudden saw the 26 hanging right into the wall. Oh, okay, the Tillamook truck got loose, and then everybody scattered. Cam Barnes got in the back of the 26. The 3 runs over the 4, and then there's a side swipe there. The truck's trying to check up, and others trying to go here and scramble around, get whatever positions they can get. I think it was the Ruiz truck that got into the back of the 26. That's where you see him off the pace in the grass. And then the 3 is going to get loose on entry, and well, he finishes off that bowl of ice cream. So who here in chat has never been to a Bojangles? Obviously, if you live north, then you've never been to one. But if you've never been to a Bojangles, I suggest you do it one time when you go south. You get down to Tennessee or Georgia or South Carolina, North Carolina. Can't go to Florida. I don't think there's many in Florida. It's like right there in the southeast. Cannot go wrong with a chicken biscuit sandwich. Some bow rounds. Those who don't know what bow rounds are, they're little round like tater tots, if you will, but they got this like onion scent to it, or not a scent to it, but like a taste, kind of like a breading or something. It's kind of weird because I'm not an onion fan, but it actually goes pretty well with these. Mac and cheese is pretty good. The fries are pretty good. Can't go wrong. And, of course, the biscuits. You can't go wrong with the biscuits. Hello. Rabbit Retro Gaming says he's lived everywhere in the South and has never been to one. Your homework project between now and next Thursday night, sir, or ma'am, is to go to a Bojangles and eat. All right, as we come to the green flag here, lap number 43. 31 trucks on the lead lap. And to show my appreciation to everybody watching tonight, grab that nozzle or knob or whatever. It turns your speakers up. Or if you're watching on TV, max the volume out. because we're going to turn it up. And just like that, we're going to wreck too. As the 96 is going around. And Colby Martin, unfortunately, having a rough night now. 17 also involved. Of Jacob Trent Bradford. As caution goes out and turn it up. You can go away now. Caution out for the third time. I saw some people check up. Yeah, right here, 9 gets some damage, and 17 plows in there, 86 plows. Whole bunch of trucks come in there. A whole lot of sheet metal out on turn 3 and 4. Let's see where this started. Martin was 3 wide. Oh, and he gets kind of net. He gets a hip check net code. Yeah, a lot of trucks involved, but the good news again, you do have that reset. If you haven't used it, you go get it fixed. That's where I think you're going to see Merzlach come to pit road, Danks on pit road, Stallhood, Ingram, all those guys that just got damage. Probably going to get that truck fixed right here. And you're going to see what they call net code for those who've never heard that term in iRacing. Right there. They never actually touch, but the computers think they are. All right, so because of that, Cam Barnes actually now leads this race. Again, he stayed out at that caution. So did Sidnor. So did Hodgson and others. But you see Sable and Krasinski been able to move up to 3rd and 4th in this race. And this is a good reminder as we pass the halfway point. A reminder to check out 40racewear.com for all your iRacing shoes and gloves. You would like a set of gloves for your racing experience and a set of shoes that you can race with, like what I have, check out 40racewear.com. And a big shout out to Jim Herrick, who has been putting in a lot of work. He and his crew of people there just outside of Indianapolis that put these shoes together, and so many great deals at 40racewear.com. I wear them, and you should too. Not because of me, but because they're cool. All right, back to the Bojangles conversation. So, Rabid Retro Gaming, for those who have not just caught this, just like, I don't know how to word this, he basically asked us without asking for somebody to DoorDash Bojangles to him. Anybody catch that right there in chat? The man thinks I have money, apparently. All right, should get one to go this time by 34 laps to go, up 33 to go, and we get the green. next week, Thursday night, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Of course, Sunday, our next broadcast from Talladega. For those interested in watching the Sunday Night League and Monday Night League broadcast. Sunday night is Talladega. Monday night is, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Nashville Super Speedway. And Wednesday night, Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old edition, before we're back in New Hampshire for these guys. And the USORL Track and Turf. I think I've been saying Truck and Turf, my bad. Track and Turf Truck Series. All right, we're going to have one more try here. For those who had turned their speakers back down, you can now try to turn them back up. As we go green, lap number 47. And just as we're coming back, caution going to come out. Saw William Page and a couple others slam the outside wall. And caution's going to wave. And it looks like Blake Viken may have had some issues too with Krastowski. Let's see what happened here. Here's Zach in the 4 truck. Truck slammed the wall right up there on the front straightaway. Oh, big wreck right here. 50. Oh, no, into the 51. There's Viken gets turned. The 18. Of Kendorian Davis involved. Tough break for those guys. Let's actually get you one more view here. Crash cam on this hole. Great, that's a great question. There's a lot of factors in this that come into play. You see the 42 of Page gets sent to the bottom, and oh, Kendorius gets into the 51. Let me look at this one more time, and I'll get you an answer, Gray, to your fantabulous question. See if the 18 was avoiding this or if just... Oh, he was trying to give room to the third. Oh, he just misjudged. That's what happened there. Yes and no. The track, obviously, yes, it's very tight. Obviously, a lot of grip in the track, so all the trucks are handling pretty well. The aero of the trucks, the truck has a lot of drag, which allows the truck to suck up to the other in front, but it doesn't allow a lot of air to get on the nose. So the further back, it gets kind of tougher to pass. And you know, going back to the grip part, you have a truck that can run fairly wide open without lift. And when you do that, it's basically everybody's going to be following each other until the truck in front or whatever screws up, if you will. But you also have a track that, you know, you can pass at the bottom, at the top, in the middle. And it makes it tougher because every lane is fast. So that, hopefully that answers your question. I mean, basically the further up front you are, the cleaner the air is, where all the other trucks are sending the air all different directions. The best comparison to this, and I've heard it been brought up before, and it's actually a really good one, is driving down the interstate or up a highway and you're behind a pickup, an 18-wheeler or a garbage truck or something. Just notice how your car you're driving or whatever just feels like it's moving because the air is just moving your car around. That's basically what it's like for these guys out here driving, and when you don't have the max air that the other trucks have pushing down the nose and flowing over the truck in a smooth rate or whatever, then it doesn't allow the truck to operate at its full potential. Another, I guess, way you could do it too is run some water off your sink and then stick your finger in the water and watch how the water just kind of goes everywhere. Kind of another comparison there. So hopefully I answered your question. I mean, best that I can explain. I'm sure somebody could give you a more logical way of doing it or maybe an easier way of explaining it, but that's the best I got for you. Appreciate you watching. All right, so should get one to go this time by, and we'll go green with 25 laps to go. Eric Sable's led the most laps here this evening, but Krasinski has not let him go. Cam Barnes right there, Luke Smith. And Andrew Hennessy, now your top 5. Oh, I've done that before. I still do it. The other one you can also do is you can put your hand out the window and you got your mirror in front of you. If you put your hand directly up against the mirror, you hardly feel any air hit it. And then all of a sudden you lift your hand up or down or whatever and you damn get blasted by air. Another one you can do too. Coming back to the green, Sable looking to go 3 for 3 to start the season here in the USORL Track and Turf Truck Series. That United Reynolds number 23 truck, the Above the Yellow Line podcast, number 05 of Krasinski running second as we go back racing here at lap 20, I think that 55, 25 to go as Krasinski shuts the door on Barnes. Everybody too wide. Don't really see any egregious movements here at the start. 12 shuts the door on the 15. Oh, that's definitely not a good feel when it's raining. Not at all. Also not a good feeling when something hits your hand. was it Jeff Burton once in a race? As Sable runs the fastest lap of the race there, 29.90. Like, had to be checked out after a race because was it a lug nut or something hit his hand as he had his hand out the window or something under caution. I forget when that happened, if it was him or not, in a race once. And Hazard diving out there, making a move for 6th on Hodgson. Bringing Hallis there with him in the 15, with Hakes there in that 28. Question here is, you get closer to the end of this race, when have you hit the point of no return? Decide, okay, either I pit here or I'm staying out the rest of this race. Not sure how many tires they have left. I don't have the technology, unfortunately, to tell you that answer, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's got a set of tires left. Number 28, that Outlier Speed Company truck. 182 mile an hour into the draft and rolling out of the throttle just a little bit. Let this be a comparison here for you. So we're looking at Hakes here. You see how he rolls out of the throttle down about 165 miles an hour and up the speed down the back straightaway. Let's click up here to Sable now, who's in clean air. Uh-oh, caution. Big wreck here as Hodgson just gets T-boned by somebody. All the 21 involved. And this was a big one. Sidnor looks like with damage. Hodgson is mentioned. Dewey Schramm with damage. Looks like Stallhood. And others. This was a pretty big wreck here, lap 62. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see what happens here. There's a 9 of Merzlach was just making the pass on the 12. You see the 31 to his inside. Oh, big hits. 34 gets by. Oh, big one. Oh, T-bone. Let's come back to this because we got pit stops. This could be the money stop for everybody. As Austin Spencer stays out. And Sable wins the race off pit road. Looks like everybody with 4 tires and fuel. Bradford might have just gotten his damage fixed or something there with a reset. All right, let's go back to the wreck here. This was quite the kerfuffle. Oh, he got yeeted. There are trucks flying up into that. Where is Dorian Davis got some damage in this. Let's see this. Somebody clobbered the inside wall there. Who is that? Nice job by Davis to get through there. Somebody in a blue truck. I think I know who it was. Let's go on board. It's Sidnor here. Oh. Ow. Ow. Oh no. Oh, there it is. That's the 84 of Peterson. Oh man, that was some vicious licks. And apparently the Boston Celtics car got damaged. Or he stopped. We give him credit there. One last view of this. Let's go on board with the 84 Michael Peterson. Might need some Kleenex after this. Oh, he gets pile driven. So 15 laps to go, and all of a sudden the Tillamook number 13 truck of Austin Spencer leading this race, with Sable, Smith, Kruzinski, and Hennessy are top 5. As Chris Snyder checking in, supposed to debut tonight, but unfortunately his computer Alt F4'd itself. Sable's leading, been up front the whole night. Thanks for checking in, bud. Sorry to hear what happened. As we come back to the green, 14 laps to go. Slower restart, see some contact back there as a little block by Spencer in that 13. Sable trying to get to the inside of him. Now he's at his quarter panel. Roll 3 wide. Look out, boys. Good save out of 39. He's still trying to up. Now he's in the one. And there goes Krasinski to big wreck. Spencer goes around. And the big night for the 39, unfortunately, goes up in smoke. AC Smith trying to save it. And 94 gets into the back of the 05, sends him up into the 13. You see Barnes gets turned. Hazard goes to the turf. Add the 15 to the list. There's the, I think it was a 99 getting clipped. go and use that reset. Let's ride with Luke Smith here. He's loose, loose, loose. Door banging there, loose, loose, loose. And you're going to see contact right there at the 94. Is the wreck up there. Smith unfortunately catches the wall hard, breaks the right front. You can see it. Unfortunately for Krasinski, that was a bold move right there, but he had the spot and he was able to get it. Everybody's trying to save it. You see him fighting it, and there's the contact. It sends him up into the 13. You know what? There might not have been contact. It's no scam. When all else fails. Oh, okay, yeah, there was contact. Everybody getting damage fixed now. Gonna get the restart with less than 10 laps to go. Yeah, I agree, Ven. They will. A lot of these guys are newer to the iRacing thing. I've never done any kind of league racing in NR 2003, which is where a lot of these guys came from. And I don't know if this is a similar issue or if people race like that over there. You know, when I've played that game, it was by myself. So, with that said, that might be part of it's just learning. And they'll get there. So Sable, Hennessy, Hazard, Merzlik, Bradford, Ingram, Hoang Do, Adam Hoagland, and Blake Veekins up to 9th now after being involved in the last wreck. And Michael Danks up to 10th. So if you missed that wreck, all of a sudden you're back up in the top 15 with a chance here. All right, getting ready to come back to the green. Appreciate everybody for hanging out here tonight on this Thursday evening. Final broadcast of the week for the Captain Esports Network until Sunday. Tomorrow night, actually going to go to a baseball game. Going to take my 5-year-old to her first ever baseball game. Going to go to a 10 Caps game here in Fort Wayne and enjoy. Looking forward to that. Pace car pulls back in, and 9 laps to go. Can Sable hold off Hennessy? Davey Hazard up to 3rd. Merzlik has snuck up to 4th, and how about Darren Ingram, who was the first caution tonight, is P5. Jacob Trent Bradford is 6th after his truck's been wadded up a few times. I hope it's fine. Oh, 99, hold on. He does, but others don't. Contact and more wrecking. Oh, and more wrecking. The 11 getting turned out there in the middle of the pack. Antonio Ruiz and others. I would hope the game's live at the ballpark. Just going to put that out there. It might be kind of awkward. All right, let's see what happened here. Everybody scattered out 2-3 wide. It all starts with the 99 getting loose. The 4 got loose too. Everybody's getting loose. That just actually reminded me of something. The 11 gets turned on, the 18 gets in the 05, who crunches into the 11, the 02 with damage. Other trucks are out there spinning on their own. Tough break here. Squeezed a little bit there. Unfortunately, gets to contact, and the 05 comes flying in there after contact. 62 with damage. 4, 26, 12. 7 with Barnes with some more damage. One thing I just thought about, and this has always been an issue, and I'm surprised I haven't thought about this in the first 60 laps of this race, or 70 laps, is the restarts here at Charlotte. And not because necessarily the wild racing here, but more the tires at this track. The one thing the truck has always been notorious for is when the tires are cold, they do not have good grip. They usually are loose, right? Well, this goes back years ago. And I remember a build coming out, and it's pretty much ever since that build that pretty much on a restart, if you're on new tires or tires that are not up to temp in these trucks, the first lap is not fun. It is. You're all types of loose. And when you go ride with the... I find a Adam Hoagland truck here. You kind of get that feel right here. Turn 1 and 2 is especially bad, by the way. Going to the corner, you're going to spin out on entry. Well, watch here as he gets to the center of the corner. He's in that dirty area, as we mentioned. Left front's missing. That's not going to help things. But he gets down here on the door of the 51, and all of a sudden, zing, around she goes. There you go. Now, that does happen at other tracks, too, but for some reason, it just seemed like Charlotte's always been that one. Especially on entry, they get loose. I don't know if it's that hump that you go into the corner or... So Sable looking to go to victory lane, make it 3 for 3 on the season. The series does have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 overtimes. There's a plenty of them there. Obviously want to get this over clean and green without any issues. And Sable looks to bring home the win here, but look who's there in second. Davey Hazard, the 2 truck. The 94 of Hennessy, Merzlach in the 9, Darren Ingram in the 54. Of course, Davey, a member of the Florida gang there from Yulee, Florida. 26-year-old. Been sim racing since he was 2007. Over a bunch of sims. A 2-time Cup champion and 45 Cup wins for the primetime racing driver. Can he get another one here tonight in this 2 truck? Sable's a tough cookie, though, to rattle as we'll come to the green with 4 laps to go. You see the packed infield of Charlotte Motor Speedway as Sable gets a good launch. Hennessy going to go to second as Hazard going to fall back into the hands of Merzlak, who clipped the apron there. Saw him get a little free. Oh, and more wrecking. The 3 gets turned. The 99 about goes upside down. And Marotta into the wall. Murata, sorry. And there goes Dewey, and 15 go around. More contact. And unfortunately, cautions breed cautions. Second start in the series. They're pretty much 3 wide to all, and they just come together. 39 there in the middle. Oh. Trying to learn a little bit here, just riding in the draft, and unfortunately a gap there between the 9. There's the hook right there, unfortunately. All right, and 78 laps complete, likely going to go to overtime here. In his 3rd race of the season, you see the 26 getting the lucky dog and going back on the lead lap. I want to remind you again, you can check out 40racewear.com for racing shoes and gloves and so much more there on their website. Make sure you check out 40racewear.com. And big shout out again to Jim Herrick too. All of his hard work that he does. Matter of fact, I am going to go over and check out the website and see what's new there. Got baseball hats now you can check out. Cool looking gloves as mentioned. Even some t-shirts now. You can even sign up for a newsletter. Is there at 40racewear.com. Make sure you do so today. Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have that. I do appreciate everybody hanging out, though. I mean, obviously, when racing has these kind of nights and stuff, when you have a little bit of rash of cautions at the end, either way, it's been some fun green flag racing. We will not let that ruin our night here. As hopefully we'll get ourselves an exciting finish. Charlotte can definitely do that. Sable's been getting some real good restarts there on the bottom. should get one to go this time by. Hope everybody's been staying warm. I've been chugging water. That's why you hear me mute my mic sometimes. As today was a long day for me out in the sun. Yeah, I know others out there working hard, but hopefully you're staying hydrated, staying cool as much as possible with the weather. It's, of course, summertime now. You can see temps up here in Fort Wayne of, I think, got to 95 today at one point, which is like the old days in Florida for me back in the day. Summertime, man. I don't miss those days, and I get reminded when I see it, feel it out there. I'm like, man, it's hot. All right, so overtime, for those who have never seen this before, they're going to take the green, and they're going to try to come back around. If they make it to the white flag, that's it. They'll get to the finish of the race. If not, they'll re-rack it and do it again. And I should remind you that probably want to get to the dog leg, the second dog leg, to take the white flag, because remember, the coding on iRacing and trying to catch up with trucks going 180 miles an hour in a sim can seem to be slow. So got to be careful with that. But here we go. Let's do some overtime as we come to the green flag with 2 laps to go. Can Sable finish off win number 3 as he gets another good restart? Hennessy shuts the door on Hazard. Down the back straightaway, Sable not trying to break the draft at all, just straight down into turn 3 and 4. Arcs it into that corner. And we'll see right here if everybody's straight coming off turn 4. There's the white flag, and I think we're clean. Final lap. Down to a 10th and a half with some contact there. Gonna try his best to get in there, but he's gonna fall up just short. Eric Sable is gonna make it 3 for 3 and a win at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Bojangles 120. As Hennessy will finish second, Hazard third, Merzlach fourth. And Yongdo finishing in the 5th position. I'm sure this race will get talked about a little bit this evening. So Sable winning his 3rd race from the pole this time in that United Rentals Bennett Auto Supply number 23 as we take a look at the final results here tonight. As Sable wins it by 2/10 over Hennessy. Hazard third, Merzlak fourth, and Hoang Do finishing his fifth position there. And should mention Sable ran the fastest lap of the race on that last lap. Darren Ingram sixth, Noah Joyce finishing seventh, John Peterson, Blake Viken, and Jacob Bradford finishing in the 10th position. Luke Smith 11th, Michael Danks 12th, Austin Hakes 13th, Garrett Sidnor 14th, and Michael Murata finishing in the 15th position. As we continue to scroll through the 36 truck field that started here tonight. Cam Barnes 16th, Dewey Schramm to 3rd, 17th, Ethan Hallis 18th, Ricky Siss Jr. 19th, and Tyler Stallhood 20th. Caleb Colby Martin, I should say, 21st. Henrietta Bordeaux 22nd. Adam Hoagland 23rd. Kendorian Davis 24th. And Nolan Hodgson 25th. 26th to Michael Peterson. Zach Krastowski 27th. Jason Christian 28th. Justin Krasinski 29th. Antonio Ruiz 30th. Austin Spencer 31st. William Page 32nd. Joseph Weaver 33rd. Jay Twite 34th. Patrick Thompson 35th. And last but certainly not least, Chris Snyder, who unfortunately had some connection issues there at the beginning of the race. As we talk to our top tree finishers. And we'll start with the boss man, Davey Hazard, who finishes in 3rd. As we bring up the Florida native, as I put him in the wrong channel. Let's get him up to my channel. There he is. As Davey joins us, man, good top 10 run here tonight, as obviously finished 3rd, but ran up there up front the whole entire night, just keeping yourself at the track position and put yourself in good spot to get a top 3.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, there's a lot of really fast drivers in this series this year, and I wasn't sure if I'd ever get an interview at any point this season, because I don't get a lot of seat time anymore. So it's really nice to notch out a top 3 and really help my point situation, because we were looking pretty bad after Daytona. And
obviously, this is how you fight your way back in. You got plenty of season to go, but talk about the green flag racing. Obviously, we had a few cautions in the race tonight, but there was some wild racing going on when you guys were green. Obviously, some 2, some 3 wide, a lot of draft, and of course, the handling went out the window when the lights came on.
Oh yeah, and it's a shame we had so many incidents too, because the green flag racing was phenomenal. I had so much fun. All those guys up in like the top 15 that I was kind of running around all night. We were racing hard, but clean and fair, and I was really enjoying it. And it's a shame we got so many incidents there at the end. But yeah, once the track kind of got a little darker, the sky got a little darker, track cooled off a little bit. It's not necessarily that they were handling any worse. There was a little bit of grip, but it was just you had to drive it that little extra bit, and so that kind of led to more people stepping over the edge. But it's a blast. Honestly, this race almost changed my stance on Charlotte. I usually hate coming here, but I'll take a P3 to turn that around any day.
Yeah, Charlotte's a fun one, especially when you can get out there and have a good time and keep that momentum up. And obviously a great top 3 for you. Send some shout-outs whoever you like to.
Well, first of all, you for broadcasting tonight. Can't wait to go back and watch. I really appreciate it. All of my fellow admins at the USORL. I'm one of the newer admins of the team, and it's really nice that they welcome me in and let me kind of take this truck series and make it my own, and they've been absolutely instrumental in making it happen. I cannot say how much I appreciate them. All of my primetime racing teammates, all of my good friends that race here, I've made countless memories and friends, and it's a really special place to race for me. And then anyone who I know who's watching, I know I sent the link out to a few people, but if you're watching and you know who I am personally, I love you, thank you, appreciate you letting me take 3-4 hours out of my week every week to drive a fake race car in circles.
Good way to put it. Great job tonight, and congratulations, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Buddy. Yes, sir. As Davey Hazard finishes in the 3rd position tonight, and I'll let him move himself there. As I just moved myself into Andrew's channel accidentally, we're just going to bring him up here as everybody's moving everybody all of a sudden here. As Andrew, obviously a great 2nd place finish for you tonight. Great battling. I know you were up there, of course. Let's see, Barnes and a few others were up there battling with you for a little bit, but you were able to maintain that track position too after starting 3rd and get a P2 finish.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how many cautions there were in this. I wish it went green longer. I felt like I was saving my tires better than everyone else in the top 5. But yeah.
Well, it's the way the circumstances happen, unfortunately. But did you feel you had any kind of chance at Eric? I know restart was tough because obviously at this point tires cool down, you're almost wide open. But was it anything you feel like you could have done with him, maybe long one run wise, if you'd have got one?
Unless he made a mistake at the end, no, I needed probably like 4 or 5 laps really to
Right.
generate a big enough run to have a chance at him. But yeah, I really wished it didn't get to a green-white checkered. If we had like 4 or 5 laps, I probably had like a shot or two, but all the cautions were just, yeah, if you're the leader, it was pretty easy just to take off like that.
Right. Well, great job tonight, man. Obviously, good points tonight. I know you've been fast these last couple of weeks. At least when I've been around, I've seen you up there at the top of the board most. So that's going to help to be able to run fast like this.
Yeah, definitely helps the points. The Daytona was horrible, so the run top 5 last 2 weeks was good. They got a lot of points back, and I think the next few weeks are pretty good for me too. So it should be fun.
There you go, man. Well, great job. Send some shout-outs.
Yeah, I want to shout out the admins in this league for putting this on. Hopefully we can figure out the cautions so we can get more green flag racing, hopefully. My teammate Ethan, he was running decent before that wreck I accidentally caused with like 10 to go, I think it was. He was running good, and yeah, he wrecked because of me. So I apologize to him. And of course, Kevin James and Bob the Builder.
That's a first. That's a first. Kevin James and Bob the Builder. All right. I like it. I'm trying to get my daughter to watch Bob the Builder, but she keeps saying, no excavating, Daddy. I'm like, all right, I'm trying. Anyways, great job tonight, man.
Thank you.
All right. That is Andrew Hennessy, who I'm going to say it in his chat now. I want a Bob the Builder truck on track next week. I think he already left. Let's think about that, guys. How cool would that be to see a Bob the Builder truck on track? Somebody get Andrew to paint up. Somebody paint up a truck. Anyways, all right. Let's get our winner in Victory Lane here again. I guess him and I are going to do what we used to do all the time and chat in Victory Lane. That's what Sable's done. Led the most laps tonight. Was obviously some cautions in the race, and you had to make some pretty daring moves there with some people that were trying some strategies and stuff. But all in all, man, great job tonight, and welcome back to Victory Lane again.
Yeah, we did the good old turkey 3 in a row. So yeah, it was pretty all right night. This Snyder Graphics United Reynolds Ford F-150 was pretty good. Honestly, I was kind of worried that first run we had. We went 17 laps, and then Luke, he was catching me. I thought I was saving my stuff, but there was no doubt in my mind on that longer run. I think Luke and these guys were. I tried to adjust with that second run we had, and I tried to bat myself up a little bit to save tires, but it's unfortunate with all the cautions. You don't really get to see much racing, and Charlotte brings this kind of pat racing like we talked about early on before the race started. So I think that came into aspect a lot with all the cautions and everybody with all different tire strategies. Tires actually mattered. Like over the course of 5-7 laps, you lost 5-6% of your tires on the right side. So that's a pretty big deal. But yeah, come out on top for 3 in a row. Everybody at this USORL lead is very good, and making some enemies maybe with the 3 in a row, but it's what it is.
Well, and obviously you made it work out there, going to Victory Lane. But going back to when you were passed for the lead by the 39, was that one of those where you look back and it's like maybe I should have went more up to the middle to protect instead of just running the bottom?
Honestly, when I was getting passed, I was trying to save my stuff 'cause I thought I was gonna go for a little bit longer,
Right.
so I tried saving my stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let them by, and I tell you what, I let them by, then I went for that pass for second, and then it got extremely tight behind these guys, so I couldn't really get the rotation out of 3 and 4, and yeah, 3 and 4 is really, really tight behind Sony, so that's where that new aero package comes into play, I believe. So honestly, I think it would have been tough on the long run to pass just because of that. If you don't get that rotation, you can't put the truck where you want it. You really have to try to do that second or third lane, just get all that dirty air. So I think that would have been a major factor tonight if we went green.
Well, great job tonight. Send some shout outs to whoever you like to.
Everybody, USORL, Captain, was it Captain Esports Network?
Yes.
You do a great job with the broadcast, and Snyder Graphics, Facebook.com/Snyder Graphics. He paints all my trucks, and he does a great job. Really cool kid. So if you need anything painted out there and get your truck painted for a nice little paint, personalize your stuff here on iRacing, make yourself unique out here. So yeah, everybody that makes these things happen day in and day out. Costs a lot of money to do, leads and broadcasts, and there's a lot of stuff that play into it. So and I appreciate everything that goes into it.
He is 3 for 3, which means he could go undefeated this season. So we'll see what happens. We go to New Hampshire next week. Eric, nice job, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely. Eric Sable, the winner tonight here at the Bojangles 120. He will get free bow rounds. I'm kidding, obviously. That sounds good, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, right. But congratulations to him on getting the win here this evening. And, yeah, great job by the field, obviously. Had some cautions, but, again, you have 36 trucks starting a race with 80 laps, and you know what? It's going to be intense, and that's what it was. We saw some intense racing tonight, and obviously credit to everybody for doing their best here this evening, and we'll continue to watch some great racing throughout the few weeks we're here with the USORL, and a big shout out to them for allowing the captain to get out here and have some fun here this evening, and of course a big shout out to the viewers for hanging out and watching. I appreciate them each and every night. And feel free to continue to pass the word out there. If you know somebody that might enjoy the streams, share it, let them know. And they can watch the past ones there on demand there on the YouTube page. And you got the YouTube shorts that I post. And I'm going to get some more up here this weekend from this week's racing and so on and so forth. But I most am appreciative of the fans and all the viewers who hang out and watch, all the new subscribers, the old subscribers, the ones that have been here since day one. And it's been a lot of fun, and we continue on coming up Sunday from Talladega and league racing there. But big shout out to those guys. Davey, appreciate him for reaching out to me and being a part of the league, all the drivers, and more. And as we head out, always remember this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, retransmitted in any form without the authorized written consent of Captain Esports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for your continued support, and he hopes you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports